Right, in this sequence, I'm going to show you a method for making vectors in your Desmos kinematic simulations. So I have a standard setup here with a time parameter that runs the simulation forward. I'm using TS in this one for the time of the simulation. That will update the position of the particle. I have a folder here that just has the equation of motion for an object that starts at rest and has some value acceleration. And I have another folder which calculates, using the equation of motion, calculates where the particle is at the time of the simulation and stores that into a variable known as xs, and then a separate one that calculates, that plots a point where that is. And this is how every basic simulation I've shown you runs. What I now want to do is show you how to make a vector. And so I'm going to make a position vector, and I want the position vector to point from the origin to where the current particle is. So I'm going to name the variable for this vector p. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a list or an array of just 2 points. It's going to start at the origin, because I want my vector to start at the origin, and then I want the vector to end at the location of the particle. You remember I've defined the current location of the particle simulation to be there. And so this is actually just a list of elements, an array, but I can use this to make a vector. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to plot a point. I'm actually going to plot 2 points. I'm going to plot a point P0. And if we see what this does, it plots the 2 points. It plots a point for where the particle started, because that's this point right here, the origin. And it also plots a point where the particle currently is. To turn this into a vector, what I need to do is to go up here to this Edit List button. And when I click this, I can make this a line. And what that will do is to connect the two there. So now, when I play the simulation, that's going to be a vector that points from there to there. Sometimes I like to offset where I put the position, and that this looks something like that. If you've been following along with my videos, one thing that you can do is add labels. And if you actually make the label a, the labels can actually calculate the actual position value there. And I've showed you in other videos how to round this off if that's something you want to do. So anyways, this is just a quick introduction to how to make vectors with the easiest vector possible, the position vector. All right.